So one of the things that I found odd and that we both ended up noticing is that there was nothing to do during the day. We would wake up, go to breakfast, and then start looking for something to do. I just felt like we genuinely struggled to find stuff to do during the day.
Right, before, so I would wake up super early, like 6 a.m. or so, and then find a spot to hang out, watch the wake, get some work done. But if you are wanting to like lounge on the hammock, if you're wanting to read a book, if you're wanting to just play kind of board games and hang out, not a whole lot happens between like 6 a.m. and probably like 2 p.m.
Yeah, it's very much a nightlife ship. So where other ships will have a lot of different things going on, other cruise lines, this one is not so much. So if you're not a night owl, I don't think activity-wise this is the right brand for you. One day I played pickleball for like 3 hours because there's nothing else going on. And we genuinely looked for something to do, and that's including the sea days. So when everyone's stuck on board looking for somewhere to go or something to do, well, you're either crammed in a tiny pool or you're figuring something out because there's nothing going on during the day.
Right, they did have the casino if you want to do the casino, and they had workout classes. So like you were saying, he played pickleball for 4 hours one day, 2 hours another day. They had lots of workout classes, lots of workout space, both inside and outside. So a lot of health and fitness things happening on the ship. But those are generally in the morning as well.
Yeah, and the little gym area was pretty cool. The health and wellness area, it was called the playground, I think you said?
The outside.
So yeah, the outside one's the playground. It's got a boxing ring. It's got like the ropes. It's got a whole like CrossFit kind of setup inside, or cross training setup inside. So that was pretty neat, on top of the regular gym that's surrounding the pool while those people work out and scoff at you for your beer belly. However, later on at night, the ship does liven up. Shows start happening, there's things going on, there's music almost everywhere, and it does become a lot livelier. So we found it much easier to find stuff to suit our fancy and to keep us interested and keep things going on at night.
We thought Royal had a lot going on around the ship. Pretty much every nook and cranny you went to on the ship had something going on at night. Whether it was a show, whether it was music, whether it was just part of the crew popping up with something going on.
Okay, so let's talk about the shows. We went to all of the shows that we could go to, and I gotta tell you, some of them were fantastic and some of them
were a little strange.
We're a little strange. That's a good way of putting it. Probably my favorite show was Dueling Fates, which was so cool. It was basically like a Circus Soleil show on board. Our Dueling Fates is actually a really cool Circus Soleil style show that's themed after what you could say is Romeo and Juliet or even West Side Story. It was impressive. All the acrobatics, all the aerialist, everything was fantastic. I'm telling you, it's super interactive. I don't think you're gonna be ready for what you're gonna get. And I definitely thought that it was the highlight show for me.
We wish, 100% wish we could have seen that one show again, because so much is happening. It's so action-packed. You don't know where to look and you feel like you missed something.
Absolutely. I know with 100% certainty I did not see everything during that show because there was so much going on and so much to watch. I highly recommend it. We also saw the ship show, which I would have to kind of say is like a talent show, where they bring talent on and each act comes out for a couple minutes and does their thing, like sword swallowing or rollerblading, acrobatics, and singing, stuff like that. Now the house band that was there for the ship show was really good, really funny, very groovy, and the singer was amazing. But overall, I thought the ship show was okay, but it was a dinner show. And that's really what made up for it. It was dinner and a show, which was pretty cool. So the ship show is in a place called the Manor, which has a really cool entrance. I kind of felt like The Weeknd in the Super Bowl halftime show, walking through like the mirror maze. That's what this looks like coming in. But the ship show's in the Manor there, as well as the comedy show. So we went to the comedy show there, and while the comedian was funny, he was kind of like a mentalist and a comedian, I also felt like he was just being vulgar for the sake of being vulgar to try to show you it's an adult show. Like just unnecessary vulgarities and profanities that aren't really adding to the show. They're just there to be there.
Right, and I mean, that could have been his personality. I did enjoy the fact that it was an adult-faced comedy show. So, like, we've been in other shows where the comedian has to do both a family-friendly and an adult side, but it was still kind of pushing it too far on the other ships. This one was, you could definitely tell it was adult-facing.
So there's a show in the Red Room, which is their main theater, called The Misbehave Show. And it's kind of a play on words. It's misbehave, not misbehave, as one word. That show was super engaging, super fun. It was early on in the sailing, which really helped like break the ice and start that party atmosphere, making people comfortable with each other. And I gotta tell you that Misbehave and her friend Flexi Lexi were amazing, hilarious, great time. Another super vulgar, but this time it was not forced. It was just her being her. It was funny, it was engaging, and I mean, I can't say enough about how much fun that show was. Each Virgin ship has their own resident diva performer on there that is their resident drag queen. So I'll be honest with you, I'd never been to a drag queen show before this, so this was our first time. I was excited to go see it, see what it was about, and I gotta be honest with you, I didn't get it.
The 4 drag queens, they tried. There were definitely dancers there to help the situation. The screens with like the moving images helped the situation, but the drag queen was probably not the best one.
Yeah, and when I say I didn't get it, it's not the drag queen thing. I understand the concept. What I didn't get was the entire show. So the resident drag queen wasn't a great singer, wasn't a great dancer, wasn't very funny. There was like 2 or 3 funny punchlines in an hour-long show. The other dancers were fantastic and really tried to support the main drag queen and keep the Divas show going, but I just didn't get it. So like, to me, that show, like how that person is a headliner, I don't understand, and I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings if you see it. But yeah, it was just, I didn't get it at all. Hey guys, so the full review ended up being over 40 minutes long. That's something you're interested in, we have the link to it right here. While I realize you may not be interested in watching a 40-minute video today, I broke up the long video into shorter videos so you can look for just the video that you need, whether you're interested in music, production, day or nighttime activities, ports of call, food reviews, Scarlet Night, anything like that, the pools, it's all here for you in this one convenient playlist. I hope that helps, and we'll see you guys in the next video.